Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to remove your door panel on your Chevy Cruze. And this is a 2011 to 2015 model year. Same thing applies to like the newer ones. I'm not sure, I haven't really torn into the newer ones yet. But first thing you want to do is you want to remove this little rubber mat in here, so you can access your torque screw, and then remove your little cover that's inside here. I use a little mini pick to remove that. You can get these at Walmart. I think O'Reilly sells them too, but if you just need a cheap set to kind of help you get stuff done or remove something easier, Walmart has these for like $5. I mean, I always have the cheaper or the more expensive stuff because it's Snap-on, but it'll help remove that, and then you can access the other torque screw. And then you got to remove your little plastic applique up here, corner piece up here. And I have this tool here. It's a retainer removal tool. It helps with like retainers on your wheel liner and stuff like that. And then they come in different sizes. Harbor Freight has these cheap. They have like a 6-piece set for like $30, I think, maybe less than that. And then I got these interior trim tools. I got different ones. I got 2 different sets, but I'm using a flat one that's got a flat end on it to kind of help get into a tight spot. So then what you want to do is you want to stick that up here to kind of pry it out and go up to the top. Pry out that top one a little bit. Stick your retainer tool in there, kind of help pop that out. Sometimes it just pops out. Oh cool, the retainer stayed in it. Sometimes the retainers don't stay in there. That bottom one here always wants to stay in there, and if that happens, you can just take this tool and stick it in there and help pop it out. And then you get that off, and you can take your torque screws out. I already got those out. So what I'm going to do now is take the same tools that I just used to take that corner piece off, and then stick it in the door. Find the retainer, the first retainer. Leave enough room so you can get this other tool in there. Pop that out, slide it down. Find the other one, pop it out. Just pop a couple out enough to where you can get your hand in there and help pull the rest of them out. There's only like 4 other ones. Just take your hand and pull straight out directly towards you. And then that door panel is loose. So you gotta make sure you get both your T20 torque screws out before you go doing this. Otherwise you're gonna put stress on your plastic and it's gonna crack it and screw it all up. Then once you get that loose, you just pop it, pull up, push it, and then all you got left is your cable for your latch, your handle, and then your electrical connector for your door handle switch, your door switches, which is just the window switch. And then what you want to do is you want to take these torque screws out. They're the same size, T20. Don't forget to put this back on before you put your door panel back on. I've done that before. And then, yeah, this video is mainly to help kind of remove the door panel and help you replace a window regulator motor if you need to. And then pull this plastic back. See that little ear right here that's not stuck down? Pull that back. And you can pull your cable out and some of your harness out. You don't have to take it off all the way. You can if you want, but you're gonna have to unplug your mirror, which is fine. It doesn't need to be reprogrammed or anything if you do that. Just kind of stick it there. And then if you need to replace your window regulator and a motor assembly, these are held in by 10mm bolts. It's got one connector right there for the window motor. And I think there's a harness that's connected. No, it's just the door shell. So there shouldn't be anything else connected to the window regulator other than the window, and those are a 10mm as well. You don't have to loosen those up all the way. Just they're they're little pinchers is what they are, and you just loosen them up enough. I mean, you don't need to back them off all the way, but just loosen them up to where you can get, you know, the window to come off of it. And I'd get some tape, some like masking tape. You don't want to get something that's like really sticky, because then it'll leave adhesive stuff all over your window and it's a mess to clean up. Just something to hold the window. Put like a few strips of tape on there, or you can just take the window out if you feel, if you know, if you already know how to do that. If you don't, you're not comfortable with trying to guide it back into the window guides, then just leave it in there and just tape it up. Put a piece of tape over the door and kind of hold it so it holds it. But if you're doing a test on your window motor, plug your door switch back in, and then if you can do it yourself, take a screwdriver, and while you're tapping on the motor, hold this window switch up or down and see if the window does anything. And if it doesn't, then it's your motor. But if it, well, I mean, it could still be your motor if it still does it, or it could be simply a fuse too. But I've had to replace these window motors a few times on these Cruzes, and every time it was the motor whenever I did that test. So these can be kind of funky to get in and out, because you only have this little space to put them in and bring them out. But they're not terrible. But yeah, I don't think that, I mean, I think the average do-it-yourselfer can do this. I mean, it's pretty simple and straightforward. And then make sure these are all tight. I mean, these are all pretty self-explanatory when you put these window regulators back in, because they're pretty much, these top ones help position it how it sits. It's got these little notches right here. So basically, once you put this bottom in, there's not really any play in it to you can't get it wrong when you put it back in. So it's pretty easy to put in, and then feed your harness back in there, and then feed your handle cable back in, and you just stick this back on. This isn't too bad. Kind of just got to go where the notches are in it, Sometimes they don't want to stick. If they don't stick too well, clean the area off, clean off around down here or wherever if it's not sticking, and put a piece of like masking tape there to kind of hold it on there. It does help to have it on there. I wouldn't suggest leaving it off, because everything will get dirty in there, and that's how shit shorts out. You get dust and stuff in there, and everything gets dirty and stuff, and then you don't want that. That's one of the reasons why they have these on here. And I can never leave mine off, because I don't want my stuff inside there getting dirty. So they got a little notch right there for that, and the cables, but that's about it. And then once you do that, remember to put your handle back on. I've done this a time or two. I actually had to take this door panel off anyway, so it's kind of worked out to me making a video today. Kind of position it, keep it straight. Put your other screw in. I've actually put this door panel on without putting this one back on. This is the last door I worked on, because 6 months ago I did audio work. I upgraded my audio system. Put all new Rockford Fosgate speakers in the doors and the pillars. It sounds really nice. It freaking bumps. It does. It sounds good. I do need to get some different foam baffle rings, because these ones are fucking crushed, and I think they're a little too thick. So I need to get some new ones, and maybe, I don't know, really don't want to trim them down, but yeah, I might. And then you just plug your window switch electrical connector back in, make sure it snaps, and then you put your cable back in, little ball, or groove for that cable to go on, and then it snaps into the handle, kind of locking in place. And when you put these panels back on, they can kind of be, you gotta put them on a certain way. Just put it on the front face first, and then make sure that hole where your lock rod is goes up in there, and you can see it pop out and then push down. Right. Make sure your weather strip is back there, it's touching the window. That front side isn't. Dang it, I can never get that side to kiss up against the, oh crap. If you can't get a butter knife and kind of push it out, you want it to go up against that window. There we go. So it's laying flat, and this side is flat. It's like it's good, and then you can just kind of walk the door panel around. Get feel the clips. Try to find a hole. Snap it back in, and then put your torque screws back in. You don't need to tighten these down like, you don't need to crank them down or anything. Just enough where it's going to hold and not, be loose, Then you can put your mat back in over that one. Put your little cover back in. That snaps in. You gotta be careful putting that in because you can snap the ears off. And put your upper trim corner piece back on by your mirror. Make sure you find the holes first and line it up. Push it in. You're done. That's all she wrote. Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, let me know.